I'm sure you guys have heard that WWE has been releasing multiple superstars in the past couple of days. And before we get into the video, I would like to say this. I don't care how much I don't care about a wrestler. I don't care how much I don't like them in the ring or on the microphone. Unless they did something really crazy, I don't like to see wrestlers released from their dream job, okay? I do understand that that is reality. That is the unfortunate part of this business. At some point in time, somebody has to get cut. But the silver lining in all of this is that there is a lot of promotions that have gotten a lot more popular as of lately. And now wrestlers have multiple places they can call their home and make a pretty decent living. And also, we've got history of people who were released from WWE and made a bigger name for themselves in the independent circuit and made more money possibly than they've ever made signed to WWE. One of the main examples I can speak of is Matt Cardona. When he was released as Zack Ryder, look what he's doing now. He's doing fantastic in the independent scene. So before we get into this video, I just want to say for all the wrestlers who were released, good luck to you guys. Don't stop chasing your dream, man. And I hope for the best for you guys, whatever locker room you guys become a part of with the next couple months. So let's get into this video, guys.
What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of the Blue Brand, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including mass superstar releases made by WWE, the reason behind those releases, is Alexa Bliss joining the Wyatt Six, the real reason that Nikki Bella returned to WWE, Penta talks dream matches, AEW fires a wrestler after an arrest, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on WrestleMania XL. Now, as always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we look at the good first as number 1, Drew McIntyre. LA Knight was at the top of his trash-talking game last night, calling out Drew McIntyre for his constant whining and referring to him as Drew McIntyre. While Knight lost his Elimination Chamber qualifier last night, he showed that he doesn't need repeated wins to stay on top. A bonus points to LA Knight for giving the fans a mental health message before he called out Drew McIntyre for saying he had to get his spot in, a reference to the backstage rumors that he got in the way of Drew's elimination at last week's Rumble, which reportedly led to Drew McIntyre walking out of the building very early and being furious. Number 2, R-Truth does it again.
Yeah, I love this.
R-Truth remains WWE's king of comedy, as seen by comforting a beat-up Akira Tozawa, only to drop Tozawa like a sack of potatoes when he saw King of the Ring Jey Uso. Now, it's unknown if Truth writes his own material or is just that damn good at delivery, but either way, he should have a contract for life. Number 3.
This man said congratulations on winning King of the Ring. This R-Truth is gold, man. He is a legend.
Charlotte versus Tiffany could actually be good. A Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton's exchange last night suggests both superstars could have a fantastic program heading into WrestleMania 41. While we don't want Stratton to lose her WWE Championship to the Queen, this feud could cement Stratton's status as a main eventer, not only due to both ladies' in-ring work, but in showing the many dimensions to Tiffany's character. Number 4.
Come on, we all know that Tiffany Stratton is not losing that title. She is not losing that to Charlotte. The only person losing her title is going to be Rhea Ripley, and that's if she faces Io Sky, right? She's definitely losing that title because she doesn't need it. But as far as this feud here, I don't care what happens between here and WrestleMania when it comes to the program between the two of them. I'm not expecting anything too crazy as far as promos and things like that. I'm hoping it's some good promos in there. I really do. But regardless of that, I know at the end of the night, that match is going to be a banger, bro. It's going to be one of my favorite, if not one of the best matches of the night, because we saw what Charlotte did with Rhea Ripley, and they barely even had any storyline leading up to that match, but the match was one of to some people, the best match of the night. So I'm looking forward to this match. It's going to be so good, man. I'm already excited about this.
Jey Uso is over with the WWE Universe. Jey Uso has achieved the rarefied air of babyfaces Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Something Jey naysayers need to recognize, and dare we say acknowledge. A main event Jey is a multi-talented performer whose popularity alone justifies his push, but as he's shown every time he wrestles, there's more than a four-worded catchphrase to his act. Number 5.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get people like, oh, it's just the yeet thing. That's the only thing. Bro, do you know how many like slogans and quotes and phrases WWE has tried on people that should have worked that never worked? You're not gonna take the yeet and put it on anyone. Pause. take that saying and use it for any wrestler and make it work. It's just not, bro. It's just not. People already like Jey Uso before this moment. If you want to be completely honest, guys, when it comes to Jey Uso, when you want to talk about popularity, people already liked him before all of this even happened. When it was just him and his brother, when he was putting people in the Uso penitentiary, right? And if you look at the beginning of the Bloodline storyline, Jey Uso was really the star of the show, especially when Sami Zayn became a part of the team. His acting skills made it that much more amazing. And of course, Sami Zayn did for sure, but Jey Uso played a big role in that. So it's beyond the yeet that people like Jey Uso. They just like the fact that he finally got a moment to be in the main event. It's not just the yeet, guys. We gotta relax with that.
Chamber qualifier.
You can like what you like, but whatever.
LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre was a predictable but solid match that built up anticipation for first March's Elimination Chamber and solidified Drew's status as a viable world contender. And the Street Profits are back. And the Street Profits' fiery promo was perfect, as it justified, at least in Ford and Dawkins' mind, they were in the right for the Royal Rumble and put the entire tag team division on notice to watch out. But that was good. What about the bad? Is number one, did we need Carmelo versus Tozawa?
No, we did not.
Now, there's filler on SmackDown with the occasional backstage advertisements and unnecessary promos, but did we really need Carmelo versus Tozawa?
No.
This match was meaningless despite WWE's efforts to build off Hayes taking Tozawa out at the Rumble. Number two,
and I like Akira Tozawa. I watched him in 205 Live. I like them, but come on. Hey, you know what? Congratulations to Akira, bro, that he got on TV and had a match. I'm happy for you, bro.
Interview for Bliss after a 2-year absence. Oh, Alexa Bliss has gone from the WWE for 2 years. So why didn't WWE give her any microphone time? SmackDown is a 3-hour show, and cutting Hayes versus Tozawa could have given Bliss time to reconnect with her fans with a decent promo. Well,
that is true.
At least we got a match, right? Number 3, WWE commercial breaks are poorly timed. And WWE needs to work on the timing of its commercial breaks, as they now seem to routinely cut to commercial during matches, sapping the show's momentum and depriving fans of quality matches. WWE has been doing this long enough, so it should know how to handle things by now. And Solo vs. Cody, the sequel, part 300. Now, do we really need another feud between Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa? Sikoa's early program with Cody was a bit of a disappointment, and there's no reason to think that they should revisit this anytime soon. However, judging from SmackDown, WWE have certainly reignited this.
Dude, I don't understand having Solo come back and attack Cody Rhodes. We've seen Solo lose in every match against Cody Rhodes. So what is there for Solo to win? Even if Solo beats Cody now, and I'm sure it's not going to be for the title. Even if he beats him once now, it's not going to matter. His reputation has already been diminished by all the losses Solo has taken from Cody, from Roman, all the way up to this point. The only thing at this point is the most interesting thing about Solo Sikoa is his theme song, because that song is a banger, bro. I listen to that at the gym every single time. If it wasn't for his theme song, bro, I don't even know if I would care about Solo. But I'm very interested to see how they try to find a way to bounce back from all this and make something interesting. But he shouldn't have circled back around to Cody Rhodes, man. It's just I feel like it's already left a bad taste in just my mouth, all right, from this whole situation. So I don't know, man. It's kind of exhausting.
Nothing downright ugly. SmackDown was a mixed bag, especially for being a post-Rumble episode. What do you guys think of the Blue Brand last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Our first story is huge. Our first story looks at mass WWE releases. Now, our top news story concerns a new set of releases by WWE, as Fightful Select is reporting that WWE decided on the releases when SmackDown went to air. The following superstars will no longer be in the promotion: Akman Razar of Authors of Pain, Paul Ellering, Blair Davenport, Cedric Alexander, and Sonya Deville. It also seems that WWE have added a 6th superstar released by WWE, as now Isla Dawn has confirmed that she has been released by WWE. Isla Dawn made the news public via her Instagram, saying on a story, "Here for a good time, not a long time. See you in 90. But in other breaking news, after the news of Isla Dawn being released by WWE, it hasn't stopped there, as Fightful Select also confirmed that Giovanni Vinci has been released by the WWE. And this was just a travesty for Vinci, as he was literally buried on his return, and now he's been released. But it still doesn't stop there, as Fightful Select has also confirmed that the Good Brothers have been released by WWE. What are the reasons behind these releases? Well, the WWE's latest releases aren't a surprise because fans have repeatedly seen the promotion release talent at different times during the year. As with past releases, there are general and specific reasons. The general reasons are what fans have seen countless times, of WWE cutting its budget and trimming the fat from a bloated roster. TKO Holdings is constantly looking for ways to cut costs, something fans have seen with the company releasing employees ever since WWE merged with Endeavor. As we've suggested in past videos, the WWE roster is so big that talent releases are inevitable.
Dang, how much how much are they trying to trim off? Like the WrestleMania ticket's like $3 million a ticket. So, and you guys don't have live shows anymore. You got Saturday night main events. Like where are, I don't know. I don't know. I know I don't work for the finance team, but bro, how much stuff is costing nowadays to go to a WWE show? How much fat needs to be trimmed off? That is my question.
And there's no reason to
Sound like they
justify
eating good right
maintaining
now.
such an extensive roster of rarely used wrestlers backstage. When you look at WWE's talent roster and consider how infrequently talent are used, it's surprising there actually haven't been more releases recently. And these cuts, while unfortunate, are likely seen as a way of opening the door for NXT talent to jump to the main roster, while the WWE trains and evaluates the many potential superstars working their way through the Performance Center, and of course future stars in the WWE ID program looking to get brought into the WWE. Now, it's important to distinguish between WWE releasing talent and WWE opting not to renew talent's contracts, something recently seen with Baron Corbin. Fightful Select is reporting on the reasons behind each wrestler's release as number 1, Sonya Deville. As in Deville's case, WWE chose not to renew her option, and Fightful reports Sonya will be a free agent soon. Deville was off WWE television for a significant period after tearing her ACL in 2023. She returned, eventually joining Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark in the Pure Fusion Collective. Number 2, AOP. Akam and Rezar returned to WWE, joining manager Paul Ellering in Karrion Kross's final testament. A rumor has it that the two may have had backstage heat, which played a role into their exit. According to Fightful, AOP came into WWE with a bit of heat throughout the industry due to some of their outside projects, one of which saw a few people in wrestling put money in, and they were upset they didn't get it back. One person in WWE said that that could be the reason they were put with Karrion Kross, who is generally well liked. AOP had been adamant that Paul Ellering joined the group with them when they were re-signed. They were actually under a contract a number of months before reappearing. Many in the company saw it as a rough omen when they were hardly on TV with Kross. There were no creative plans for AOP and Ellering following the Wyatts. Number 3, Paul Ellering.
All right, so the part that's confusing about AOP, outside of the fact that they owe people money, because that's not cool, bro. You gotta. I don't care if you gotta take out a payday loan, you gotta go to PLS or whatever. Pay those people their money back, bro. But the crazy part about AOP is because I feel like with the Raw tag division, they really haven't done anything, right? SmackDown isn't perfect when it comes to their tag division, but at least you can see them making efforts and trying to take strides to go into the right direction. But when it comes to Raw, it kind of seems more of the same. Nothing really interesting, nothing new is happening. And AOP is a tag team you could have utilized in that division. Now, I do believe that the Viking Raiders are eventually going to have a feud against the New Day, especially with their new heel gimmick. But outside of those two, who else is really there if you think about it? Outside of the Judgment Day, outside of, I don't know who else is a tag team that's available on that show. So I don't know. I'm interested to know what exactly are they doing over there on Raw.
Paul Ellering's return with AOP was well received by fans who enjoyed watching Ellering guide the team during its time in NXT. One rumor is that AOP asked for Ellering to be brought back when WWE asked the team to return. With AOP gone, WWE likely felt it did not need precious Paul Ellering anymore. Number 4, Blair Davenport.
Yeah, this one's
Davenport's
crazy.
release was a big disappointment for her fans who'd hoped her 2024 call-up to SmackDown would actually lead to big things. It didn't, and like several other superstars who were leaving, WWE claims it had no plans for her. In fact, she only had about 4 matches on SmackDown before a release. Now, Davenport is only 28, and there's already talk she'll be hired once her non-compete clause expires.
I'm sure she was, because I used to watch her as B. Priestley in the independent scene, but it's like if you didn't have anything for her, why not just send her back down to NXT? Because I think the best thing she's done as of lately was her feud between her and Roxanne Perez in NXT. If you didn't have any plans for her in SmackDown, why not just send? We had the transfer portal wide open. Why not just send her back down to NXT? I don't understand. Like that was a weird one. Now this guy, I knew this was coming because at some point in time he was gonna somehow make his way over to AEW to be a part of the Hurt Syndicate. We heard, people.
Cedric Alexander. Cedric is another WWE superstar who's been missing in action from television, with WWE having no plans for him for years. Rumor
He's
has it that
talented too,
AEW's
man.
Hurt Syndicate are already asking Tony Khan to bring Cedric in so he can join AEW's version of the Hurt Business. However, he will have to wait the 90-day no-compete clause. Well, it
He'll be
seems
there.
that talent was actually caught off guard, as Dr. Chris Featherstone recently reported on Twitter that they've been informed that some WWE talent were quote-unquote caught off guard from the latest string of releases, especially since most of them were recently on television or scheduled to receive more exposure. Are you guys surprised by these releases? Let us know in the comments down below. We're all wishing them the best though.
Yeah.
Next up, AEW fires a wrestler after arrest. Now please note that this following story may trigger survivors of domestic abuse, so please skip to our next story if that is the case. Now another release news, AEW has parted ways with longtime AEW star Bear Boulder, aka Thomas Wansaw. Unlike the WWE releases, there's a significant reason for Boulder's release, as Fightful select Sean Ross Sapp is reporting that Bear Boulder has been fired by AEW. The company learned that he'd been arrested for battery by strangulation in January and cut him from the company. According to Newsweek, Wansaw was arrested on January 13th, 2025. The victim has been identified as his fiancée.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't like people getting arrested or not arrested. I don't like people getting released from wrestling. But like I said, if it's something crazy like this, pack them up. Turn it to Amazon shipping fulfillment. Pack them up, get them out of here, bro. Because that's just crazy, bro. That's just crazy. And look how the size of this guy, man. I don't know.
Now, Boulder worked in the team the Iron Savages, and his court case is still pending. Next up, is WWE looking for big things for Drew McIntyre? Drew McIntyre's move to SmackDown is official, and if the rumors are true, WWE has big things planned for the Scottish Warrior. The Observer discussed WWE's plans for Drew, noting McIntyre will work a program with Damian Priest that leads to a WrestleMania match, but that's just the beginning though. As according to the Observer, there's also a plan right now to get to Rhodes versus McIntyre, which was scheduled for 2023 before Rhodes ended up not winning the title that year. They added that WWE originally wanted to run a Drew versus Cody Rhodes program in 2023, but WWE's decision to wait another year before putting the Undisputed Championship on Cody Rhodes managed to nix these plans. Next up is Alexa Bliss joining the Wyatt Six. Now, is Alexa Bliss gonna join the Wyatt Six, as Bliss, who had a popular run as Bray Wyatt, aka the Fiend's Devil Doll until she turned on him, appears to be headed for a new pairing, this time with Uncle Howdy's cadre of creeps, the Wyatt Six. Fans saw a hint of things to come as there were video glitches during Bliss's bout with Candice LeRae, glitches that fans associate with the Wyatt Six. The move, while not unexpected, is sure to please fans who were hoping for Little Miss Bliss to rejoin the faction when she returned from maternity leave. Bliss also put a hint in her Lily doll, as the eye has a number 6 in it. Next up, Rey Fenix updates.
It's been there like that since Royal Rumble, so I think that was the most obvious, clue that she was going to join the Wyatt Six.
Fans on his contract status. Penta El Zero is in the midst of a successful run in WWE following his January debut, but when can fans expect to see his brother Rey Fenix in WWE? While we haven't heard specifics, Fenix recently updated fans during an interview saying, "Yeah, basically I'm still under contract with an additional extension. I'm waiting to be used, to be called to work, or to have my situation clarified a little more." AEW hasn't used Fenix in months, leading to growing frustration as he made it clear he wanted AEW to release him, and the company added time to his contract as a result of time missed due to injuries, which WWE also does to their contracted talent. Fenix revealed that he'd be staying in shape during his time off and also worked on fulfilling personal goals. "I'm doing personal projects like buying my house and a future for my children, but I could have had the option of continuing to work every weekend, but nobody stays in a place where they're not wanted. With AEW showing no signs of releasing Fenix, it may be a while before WWE fans see the Lucha Brothers together in WWE. Next up, Penta talks his WWE dream matches. Now, speaking of Rey's brother, which WWE superstars would Penta El Zero like to work with? While there are many potential great matches between Penta and WWE talent, El Zero gave Chris Van Vliet his wish list of opponents, and they include John Cena, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, Braun Breaker, and a special one as Finn Balor.
You know what, guys? I don't know if you guys seen a match between Penta and Jacob Fatu in the independent, like in the independent circle. You guys should go ahead and watch that match. It's a really, really good match.
Hello. Now, every one of these matches sound like an instant classic, but what's missing is a dream match with Rey Mysterio. Yeah, Penta's already faced Mysterio in Lucha Underground, but you'd think you'd want to revisit the match in WWE. Next up, Nikki Bella's reason for returning to WWE. And last but not least, Nikki Bella's Royal Rumble was a well-received surprise, and according to WrestleVotes, a well-received one with WWE management. Now one half of the Bella twins is revealing why she returned to WWE. You know, it's funny because Brie and I, for a while, we were just, once you're a wrestler, you're always a wrestler. You always crave getting back in. That's why we always make comebacks, right? Nikki, who seemed to distance herself from WWE at one point, told Access Hollywood more about her motivation to return. But I was just really yearning for it. You know, when you're in that ring, you find so much more of your empowerment, strength, and confidence, things like that. Things that I was really craving and yearning for myself, especially in my new era. And it's like I need Nikki Bella to help me put the pieces back together, you know what I mean? Yeah, getting my Bella back. Now, whilst this is purely speculation, returning to the familiar surroundings of WWE may have been therapeutic for Nikki, whose 2024 saw her embroiled in a divorce proceeding with Artem Chignivstev. Whatever the case, Nikki's return has fans buzzing and also talking of her sister Brie joining the WWE very shortly. But there you have it, folks. Our look at SmackDown.
Yeah, very interesting information. How do you guys feel about the releases? What do you think about the information that was provided by WrestleMania? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. Salute, peace, have a great day.